Wolves 3, Man United 4. What can you say about that, eh? A game of two halves. I feel like first half, if we'd have been 6, 7, 8 nil down, I don't think anyone would have argued about it. I feel like the defending was abject, just non-existent. Let's be honest with you. I feel like that's the first time since Brighton at home, first game of the season at Molineux, where I felt defensively we were all over the shop. Rashford was causing us a lot of problems down our right hand side, and I feel like Semedo usually gets a lot of stick from certain aspects and certain parts of our social media. But for me, I feel like Neto wasn't helping him at all. I feel like it was Neto not tracking back, and Rashford and Shaw kept overlapping and underlapping, and Semedo had just no chance, and it was causing a lot of problems in that first half. Naturally, though, look, it did change second half. I feel like we fought ourselves back into the game. I felt like the penalty that we won is contentious at best. I think if it was given the other way around, we'd be fucking fuming. But, we've had a lot of VAR controversy ourselves, and this is where I don't like the fact of just going, oh, well, we drew one. I just get the decision right. I think it's minimal contact, and I know that once it's given, it's not really going to get overturned because there is contact there. But for me, look, football's a contact sport. Like, you can't be giving penalties for stuff like that, in my opinion. Naturally, it landed on our favour this time, but yeah, we know that VAR's got a lot of flaws and needs looking at. Showing some great grit and determination to get it back to 3-3. Thought Neto took it extremely well, and look, when it goes 3-3, I thought momentum was with us, and I'll be honest with you, I was praying and hoping we'd carry on and kick forward and get a fourth. And yeah, look, I feel like it's very cliche to say, but you're always vulnerable when you've just conceded, and it's a simple goal, I guess, in terms of it's just a throw in, and Mainoo's picked the ball up and drove it and sold Kilman and put the ball in the back of the net. But sometimes, well, you've got to hold your hands up to a good goal, and I thought Mainoo tonight was the best player on the pitch by an absolute country mile. Like, what a fucking player. I thought he dominated and bossed that midfield, and he took his goal extremely well. Like I say, gutted with the result. Did all we could to get back into the game, but on the reflection of the whole 90 minutes, probably didn't deserve a lot. But look, onwards and upwards, on to Chelsea, win that, get into the top 10. It's a perfect season. Keep going, up the Wolves.
So it's finished Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Manchester United 4. There's a few key points to go over in the game, so obviously just reflect on, have a look at the things, how we can improve, what we could have done better. First off, I think first half we were nowhere near it. In professional football, particularly in the Premier League, you've got to be 100% at it every single game, all the time. Otherwise, you don't get anything out of the games really. We were batting about 80% first half. So many second balls we lose in the middle of the park. 50-50 challenges, we lost so many of those. I saw Luke Shaw win pretty much every 50-50 challenge he went for. We just weren't battling enough in the first half. The second goal, I love Neto to bits, and the goal scored there was fantastic, but that is absolutely scandalous for the second goal. Where he's not tracking Luke Shaw. It's not even a fast overlapping run. It's just Neto can't be able to get back, and Shaw is just trotting across and overlaps him and plays him in. Gets played in, sorry, and the score for me, that was a real poor for me for that second one. And that sort of killed us a little bit. We could have been 4-5 at half time. We're very lucky to be only 2-0 down at half time. There's some of the chances we were giving away. We seemed all over the place. Totti Gomez was giving the ball away. Sarr giving the ball away. It was just very, really, really poor today to get the back in the first half. Second half, obviously, completely different. The key thing that obviously a lot of fans were saying, Ait-Nouri, for me, he probably should have started. Obviously, there's a reason why he didn't start in front of Doherty. I think he must be carrying injury or something. There's a reason why he didn't start. But he was so good when he came on. There was a lot more width. As soon as he came on, the game just opened up so much more. There was more pace. It was just the pitch opened. I mean, when the ball used to get to Totti, he's playing out to go, but Totti's playing out to Doherty. It's always going back like 90% of the time because he can't open his body up and take it out. Where if Ait-Nouri's there, he was always looking for the forward pass. He was more comfortable from the ball. It gives us more space to actually play the forward passes, and he can take somebody on. So it's stating the obvious, but Kilman has to start for me. Not Kilman. I know he has to start for me against Chelsea. It's fairly straightforward. For me as well. Next point. That for the fourth goal, we should be seeing the game out there. As soon as Kilman got turned, I knew he was in trouble. He rolled him, and I thought the whole defence had to open up, and we just couldn't see it out. We've done so well to score or to get into the game, and then to get back into the game to make 3-3. I just thought, are we going to see it out? We're not going to see it out. And I just thought they're not. There's going to be another chance here for United. And they're going to do it. They're going to get us back in. They did. We just didn't press enough there, and Kilman got rolled a bit too easy. Now, for me, looking forward, when obviously Hwang's not available, Aït-Nouri for me against Chelsea has to start left wing back, give us more space, more options, and hopefully give an easier ball for Totti to pass the ball to, and hopefully he can improve his own performance. Midfield three, to be honest, if Sarabia and Bellegarde are a bit, so you never know what you're going to get with them. Are they going to turn up or not going to turn up? Are they going to be consistent? For me, I'd be starting now Joe Gomez, Mario Lemina, and Tommy Doyle. Start them as a three. Go with two up front with Neto and Kuna. And they go narrow. If Aït-Nouri goes further forward and he gets turned over, he gives possession away, you've got people in midfield who can cover. That's what didn't happen today for that second goal. It killed us really out at that point. The ball giving away top half of the pitch. Neto couldn't get back or didn't work hard to get back. And Lemina and Tommy Doyle couldn't get across to cover. So that's where that goal came from. So you put an extra man in midfield, try and bounce out a little bit. Can we cover the runs? Because before, I know we've been playing two men in midfield before, but Joe Gomez and Lemina are covering more ground now than Lemina is. Lemina's struggling. He's off the pace, obviously for personal family reasons. I'm not going to get into him for that, but he's off the pace at the moment. He's not playing as well as he was. And same with Tommy Doyle. He's better on the ball. He can't get around as much as Joe Gomez does. So I think put the three midfield. If you're playing Bellegarde at front or Sarabia, you might as well put the extra man in midfield and just see what happens, really. And hopefully we can balance out a little bit. But it's a tough one to take in. I thought we might do it at the end. Because United aren't a great team. We didn't have to work that hard really to get back into that game. We weren't playing amazing stuff. It was just two poor teams really who can't really defend. Because we could have had, again, we had a couple of more decent chances in the second half as well. Had Kill and one clear off the line. So we'll see how we go against Chelsea on Sunday. Hope we can get a point, try and get back, at least a point, try and get back on track. And I'll catch you on the next one.
All 3 Manchester United 4 at Molineux. About an hour has passed since the game is finished, and I haven't calmed down. I'm still absolutely raging with Wolves' performance and the manner in which they lost the match. I thought it appeared very spineless to lose it after a really good fight back. Now, that might be me being ultra critical, but I have to say the performance was embarrassing in the first half. And I don't use that word lightly when it comes to Wolves, but that was absolutely, it was shameful. It was actually borderline shameful how bad the performance was. Manchester United should have been 5, 6, 7-0 up in the first half. Wolves were absolutely pathetic, miles off it, every single one of them. Getting exposed on the wing, Semedo, and the two fullbacks, Totti, where was he? Dawson, everyone off it. Manchester United, Højlund, Rashford absolutely ran riot in the first half. And they were killing us. We deserved to be 2 or 3, 4-0 down. Well, we were 2-0 down. Then we come out in the second half, a bit better, but still getting counter-attacked a lot. The penalty was dodgy, like we can all say that. It was dodgy, but it was about time we had one, for God's sake. We scored 2-1, then let a terrible set-piece goal in. I can't understand how no one was marking McTominay in the middle and how he was so free and why Salah just stood and watched the leg going beside him. Like, I don't understand. It's like whenever Wolves threaten with an opportunity to significantly move up in the table, they just completely implode on themselves. Every single time. It was the same under Lage. I don't understand it. But it's a weird trait that this team seemed to have. We did really well. Kilman clutches one back, and then Neto on the break, which was really bad from Man United's point of view as well, to get counter-attacked in the 90th minute by a team chasing the equaliser. We get the equaliser. Brilliant. Go back, close ranks, shut up shop, draw the game. But no, Wolves don't. They leave themselves totally open for Kobe Mainoo to run through them and slot a great finish into the corner. It has to be said, it was really good. And Manchester United absolutely deserved to beat us. Absolutely deserved to beat us. And they have, at the end of the day. We were really bad. Disgraceful, I'd say, in the first half. Very much better in the second half. But still not good, really. You're kidding yourselves if you say Wolves deserved anything more tonight. The fight back was good. It was spirited. And this might come across as very negative, but that was a really bad performance tonight. Really bad from all involved. And I can't really add much more than that. Wolves 3, Manchester United 4. Very poor performance indeed at Molineux, and results which was a real kick in the teeth considering we got back level. Wolves.
Match result, Man United 4, Wolves 3. I think the first half Wolves came out, we looked lethargic, tired. I don't know if we're still tired from the weekend. Man United's press just kept catching us out, couldn't seem to break through. They were pushing forward with 4 men and we couldn't seem to gain control in the midfield. Fortunate, I think, to be honest, to go into half-time 2-0 down. I think playing Doherty at left back is not our strongest. I think Aït-Nouri did bring a different sense to the game, different attacking threat when he came on. And the attacking mindset obviously played into the second half. It allowed us to score 3 goals. I think us scoring 3 goals shows we don't back down from challenges. Man United pushing us back every time and we're responding. It's lovely to see under Gary O'Neill, not something that we've seen for quite some time under different managers. But overall, I think it was a good display from Wolves, especially the second half. Showed that we can score goals. That number 9, I think we need it, but we're showing we can score three goals in a match. Still come away with 0 points, but score 3 goals in a match. And I think that just shows that a number 9 wasn't something we needed to rush into in this transfer window, and that we can go into the summer with more options, more money, FFP regulations not as tight, and hopefully bring someone in that's going to score us some goals.
Finished Man United 4, Wolves 3. A real wounding way to lose the game. I don't think we did enough today to warrant us to win the game. I thought second half we just did enough to get a point out of it. But if you look back at the game as a whole, I think Man United deserved to win today. First half, I think it's one of the worst halves as under Gary O'Neill that we've played. Probably the worst. Nothing was going for us. We couldn't pass. We were shocking at the back. Dorse, 2 games on the spin now, I think he's been poor. Ultimately, the first half has lost us the game today. Going in 2-0 down is not good when you're at home against Man United, who've got some individual quality. I think as a team, they're not a very good team at all. You saw that today with us managing to get back in the game with 3 goals. So they just won the game on individual quality, and it was like that what happened Sunday. You know, we won the game on individual quality, and today we've lost it on individual quality. First half, I think the first goal is so easy to give away. The second one's even easier. But we needed to come out second half and show a bit of bollock, show a bit of fight, and if we wanted to win this game, and the lads did, and you can't fault that. You can't fault that at all. Second half, I thought we were really, really good and worth getting ourselves back in the game. But it's a shame that it took us a whole half of football being 2-0 down to realise that. But we can take positives out of that game, but we need to be looking at some of the negatives also. I think when you score an equaliser in the 92nd, 93rd minute, whatever it was, for the rest of the game you just need to just be tight and compact, and you do not lose the game from that position. And like I said, it's took a little bit of individual quality, and Kobe Mainu, I thought was brilliant today. Probably was deserving of the winner, and Man United got it. But on another day, when we're on our best, then it could be a different story. But that's football. Sickening way to lose, but we've had it where it's gone our way in the past, and today it's gone the other way. So yeah, we move on to Chelsea, which is only a few days away. So the lads have got to regroup, get behind each other, and go again on Sunday against Chelsea. Another tough away game against a team who are finding some form now. So hopefully that we can turn this little loss round and get back on track. So yeah, move on to Chelsea, and I'll see you next week. Cheers from on, boys.
So guys, just got back from the game. It's finished. Wolves 3, Man United 4. Let's talk about the goals. So they scored 2 goals in the first half, and we looked poor. Let's just put that out there straight away. We looked awful. We were terrible at defending. We couldn't string a pass together. We were just terrible. And the first goal comes from a bit of lapse of concentration, and I just feel like Doc needs to be a little bit more proactive, stick a foot in earlier, make it harder for Dalot, because Dalot just gets a free pass into a dangerous area where Højlund's waiting. It's clever bit of play really from Højlund, who leaves it for Rashford, and Rashford just absolutely wails it, and it had to be him, didn't he? It had to be him, because it's all about Rashford at the moment, about the fact that he went on the piss and that. And he always scores against us as well. So it had to be Rashford. And in fairness, he had a good game. So yeah. Anyway, the second goal, again, probably the worst out of all of them for me. Definitely could have been avoided. Semedo and Lamina completely get done by an overlap. And on the overlap, just completely does them completely. And because of that, Shaw gets a really dangerous pass into a dangerous area, and it ricochets off about 4 different Wolves players. Probably over-exaggerating, but that's what it felt like. And eventually it comes off Højlund, and it's a lucky, really, really lucky, scrappy little goal, but could have been avoided at its source, and I think that for both goals, for it, really. Anyway, ends 2-0 for the first half. Load of people go home in the section I was in. I saw loads of people leave early because of it, because it just looked like there was nowhere back. And for me, I always think there is with Gary O'Neill's Wolves. I just do. I never stopped believing, and that's exactly what they did. Exactly what they did. They came out in the second, looked way better. Took it to them. Created some good opportunities, and eventually one of them led to a penalty. I think it was a bit soft, if I'm honest. After looking at it back, goes to VAR though. They check it, and it's a pen. I do think though, Neto's made a bit of a meal of it, but you know what? Fair play, because we never do that. It's always against us, that sort of thing, and fair play to Neto for pulling one over him, because you may as well. That's the only time you're going to get a penalty, eh? Anyway, so Sarabia dispatches it really well, puts it through the middle. It's 2-1 then, and we look really, really good. All of Molineux erupts at that point, because up until then it was quiet, really, really quiet. And it's 2-1. We're in the ascendancy for sure. You know, really knocking on the door, and then all of a sudden they get a corner, and it's a free header from Scott McTominay, who's just come on. He's just come on. You know he's a threat, and no one gets to him, and he just heads it into the floor, and it's 3-1, and you think that's game over, and even more people leave, and I stay there because again I know what Gary O'Neill's Wolves are about. Eventually, we get another goal, and it's a bit of a scrappy one, but comes off a corner. Bit of clever play really from Dawson. He just tries to keep the ball alive, puts it in a dangerous area, and it's a nice little awkward finish is the best way to put it, because if he hits that clean, Kilman, it's a save, because he hits it sort of on the bounce, makes it really awkward for Onana, and he kind of makes a meal of it, and it's in. And at that point it's 3-2, and you're thinking, oh my god, could we? And we hit on the counter, you know, typical Wolves goal. Lovely bit of link-up play. Cunha unselfishly puts it into Neto, which is exactly what he should do. Another assist for Cunha. Puts it into Neto's path, and Neto does so well. Just toe pokes it into the one space that he has, and it's a cracking finish. And Molineux went up then. It was a really good moment for us. Limbs everywhere. It was great. But it was just not to be, guys. It's just not to be. It could have gone 4-3 to us. It really could have done. But then it ended up being 4-3 to United. Manu gets free of loads and loads of players. Feel like we should have stopped it and Source again. We should have stopped it at Source again. He just absolutely tiptoes his way, dances his way into our box, and then it's a great little finish, to be fair, for a young player. And yeah, Man United end up winning it 4-3, but it definitely could have gone either way. And I'm happy with how we fought for it. I really am, because it could have been a bit of a cricket score after that first half. And I'm just glad we came out in the second and gave them a game, you know. And like I say, 3-3 would have been a good result for us, but I don't know. 4-3 either way also would have made sense. So it's one of them, really. Onwards to the next one. Cheers for having me, guys.